this evening. It is the 3-3 Albuquerque Adams going to Lexington to take on those Lexington Miners. The teams in pretty competitive divisions. DJ Kilgannon along with me. I'm Chris Curtis. Welcome into the Sunday nightcap of the Week 10 schedule. And DJ, should be a fun one. Very stingy teams on offense and defense. And it looks to be pretty competitive all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. A pair of teams that like to keep their hands clean offensively. Not a lot of turning over the ball the other way. As far as Albuquerque goes, they have some studs on offense. We know this team wants to get the run game going. When they do that, it opens up the air attack. Lexington, an offense that, to me, it seems like is really just trying to figure themselves out. They're going through a transitioning phase, losing Phoenix Jones last season, Phoenix Jones, now Deion James having to, step into that leadership role, and Ian Francis filling for him. It's certainly something to look at coming into this one.
We are just about to get underway as this one will go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback up to the 20-yard line. It goes, and Lexington's going to start with the football headed left to right on your screen. Gabriel Manning, he is the main target for this Lexington offense. He's got Alexander West and Marquise Sengo with him. Those are the three wideouts. Deion James, Ian Francis, who you alluded to, and then Kenny Slider's the one slinging the pigskin all over the yard for the Lexington squad. This will be a handoff right away, looking to push this to the right side, and that is a 5-yard gain, and that will work for Deion James.
Yeah, certainly will. Deion James is the type of back that if he gets a little bit of space around the edge, gets that one block that seals the edge, and he gets some space, he can be explosive at times. You just got to give him the room to turn it upfield.
Two to the left, two in the backfield. Sliders under center. 4-3 look on defense. Another handoff. This one to the right side again. This one doesn't go very far, though. And they'll say nothing, and it will be a 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, James and Francis. James being 6'2", 220, if anyone's going to be your power back, if you want to use that term, in this offense, it's going to be him. Francis, only a 5'10", more of a shiftier back.
Left side, it's incomplete. That was nearly picked off. Good coverage on the backside of that play. That was TJ Frosty back there. The safety nearly made a pick. That will end this drive. So a quick 3 and out for the Albuquerque defense. They like that, as Lexington's going to kick this one away and give it back to them. And it's Itachi Yuki on the punt. That goes fairly deep over the midfield logo, up to the 35-yard line. Caught there, return to the right side. A couple of broken tackles, and eventually gets taken down. That was a good return on the back side of that, as that was Kyle Finnemore with the return duties, and he gives them a little bit of field position. Good work from Albuquerque as they start this next drive off. 1st and 10 for them. And we have ourselves a start for the Albuquerque Adams. This is going to be 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. And some nickel look on defense. Quick handoff. We're going to get that through the middle. That'll get them 5 yards, not much more than that. But it will be at least a decent start on the ground as Josh Slapp, the former Houston Headhunter, heads the run game for Albuquerque.
This backfield for Albuquerque is just something special, Curtis.
I would say so. It's a family affair as well across this entire Albuquerque roster. That one's going to be a run to the left for a gain of a yard. Not much there. Josh Slapp, Jason Williams, Justin Williams, halfback, fullback, respectively. And then there's a couple of other Williams that we'll get to in this game. But the big thing is that backfield you alluded to. 3rd down coming. Need to get it to the 46-yard line. Back it up. Jive throws. Caught. 1st and 10. And that's a good start to the aerial assault today. It's K. Marion on the first time.
Yeah, that's just a beautifully set up curl route on that left-hand side of the field. Jive is the type of quarterback that's going to be able to do those timing routes to perfection, and to suit K. Marion is the type of talent that can haul in that catch and contact.
Good chemistry and timing between those two as the game moves into the Middle part of this first quarter, still scoreless here in Lexington. 1st and 10. Cyrus Jive is in a split back formation. Blitz coming, handoff, left side, tries to break the tackle and does. Good, nice to run. Side, and there is some hurt going on. Josh Slapp, the main feature back for Albuquerque, he's down, not moving a whole lot, and it is going to be a hit to the injury department for the Adams.
Well, of course, you don't want to see any injuries on the field, but I don't think there was any more crucial of a piece Albuquerque could have lost at that point, hopefully to return soon.
And the very least, at least it was a contact injury and not a non-contact injury. We've seen that. 4-3 look on defense for Lexington on a 2nd and 1 handoff. Got the first down, broken tackle, but got enough for the first anyway to the 29-yard line. And that is Jason Williams, the other halfback, who's going to be taking the load of carries from here on in.
Yeah, I mean, they'll survive, for the time being. They have Jason Williams, who is a phenomenal back in his own right, and especially with Justin Williams being able to back him up.
2 to the right. 1 of the 3 to the right now after the motion, 1 in the backfield. That's Williams again. Throw coming on a quick release. It's a catch and a first down, and they have it inside the red zone. That's another one for K. Marion. 2 catches on 2 receptions, or 2 targets and 2 receptions.
Yeah, it sure is. And a note to make, the offensive line for Albuquerque right now is just playing some stellar football. You saw the hit on Cyrus Jive just as the ball was getting out, but Albuquerque's line, and in previous runs we've seen it as well, gave Jive just enough time to throw and enough time for the route to develop forward.
1st and 10. Nickel look on D, 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. Tight end off to the right as well. That's Jack Wall over there. Move the tight end to the left. Jive looking to polish this drive off if possible. Looking to throw it. Going to try to step up in the pocket. Is taken down. Blind side hit and a big one. That's a huge play to bring the quarterback down, and it is going to be a 3rd and long.
Just as I try and give their offensive line some praise, they let not 1, but 2 defenders get through and make a hit on Cyrus Jive. He was able to shrug off the first, but the second was able to clean it up.
Berto Demora on the sack. It's 2nd and long, pardon me. Nickel look on D. Jive is under center. 1 in the backfield looking to throw. Throws left. That one is caught. First down and more down to the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal. K. Marion's 3rd reception on this drive.
Yeah, we see Lexington bringing even more pressure this go-around. You see him bringing some linebackers to try and also get pressure, which makes the coverage a little bit softer in the middle of the field, but it didn't even end up mattering. The 2 defenders that were on one target were on K. Marion, and she was still able to haul it in.
1st and goal. Big moment in this game. Lexington trying to hold firm. Handoff, Williams through the middle, not going to get there. 2nd and goal down to the 1.
And met a wall right before he was able to cross the goal line, and I feel like we're going to see that a couple more times here, Curtis, as we just need a yard.
I would absolutely. Keep moving forward. See if they can move the pile just a little bit. Handoff again. This time they get in. That's an Albuquerque touchdown, and they make this drive pay off handsomely with 6 points.
Yeah, I mean, with the loss of Josh Slapp, you got to go to some people that don't often get the ball. That's one of your generics off the bench, Chad Morton, filling in the spot.
The non-contract running backs, and I mean, you got to make it happen in any way possible. So Albuquerque gets on the board, a little bit of a touchdown vulture, taking it away from Williams, but I bet you if you ask Williams, he will not care. That kick is up and good from Sammy Steele, and a 10-play, 56-yard drive. That was a thing of beauty for Albuquerque.
Yeah, I mean, it sure was. They just had such a balanced offensive attack there, really. It couldn't have got much better than that. You know, every time they ran the ball, it was successful. Every time they passed, I mean, 4 for 4, it was perfect pass-wise. K. Marion getting the majority of those targets, if not all. And, I mean, closing it out with runs. I mean, from the 1, I mean, Lexington expected it, and it still worked.
Manning on the return will get it out to the 21-yard line, no further than that. And here comes the Miners for their second possession. Albuquerque up 7-0. They're trying to keep pace with Houston and Mexico City in their own division. 4-2 Mexico City, 5-1 Houston before they got a win over Florida today, which puts them at 6-1. So at this point, Albuquerque needs to win to try to keep pace and catch up later on in the season. That's Gabriel Manning moving into the slot on the left-hand side. I formation, backing up is Kenny Slider. Slider's going to try to find a target down there. That is off. And two teams that don't turn the ball over very often, but a bad one there for Lexington, and they are going to be fighting it in their own end. Amar Bryant Jr.
Yeah, only 7 coming into this game for Kenny Slider. Like we mentioned, likes to keep his hands clean, but it's hard to do that when you're messing with this powerful of a defense. Amar Bryant Jr., like you mentioned, the one able to pull it in, his first of the season.
And momentum-wise, this is a huge moment in this game. One would say it's huge. It is split back formation for Cyrus Jive, looking to throw over the middle, and it is caught down to the 32-yard line, and a nice catch to make a new set of downs, as it'll be Jack Wall, the tight end.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you want to use your big tight ends at, is the middle of the field. You just put them on a little bit of a seam route. You see him slip past the free safety there, Travis Arthur. And when a safety gets lost by a step like that against a big tight end, there's not much contact they can make on their back to be able to force an incompletion.
69-5, your total yards so far in this football game. It's because, as of right now, Lexington's had the ball 5 plays on offense. 2nd and 10, not going to happen. That goes backward. 2nd and 11 coming up. Williams, no update yet on Josh Slapp. We'll see if we can get you one here shortly, but nothing doing at the time being. 2nd and long. They have it in long field goal range. If they decide to go that way for Sammy Steele. Throw at the 10 to the 5-yard line. What a dot. It's Jack Wall. Again, the tight end makes it 1st and goal.
When you have that talented of a tight end in one-on-one coverage with anyone, it's going to be tough. You see the linebacker kind of that box backer losing him as the route develops. And once you see that separation, Cyrus Jive knows that his tight end is going to be able to beat a jump ball when it comes to a safety, and that he did.
Formation. Wall is to the left. Heavy set look. Trying to break the tackle and does. That is a touchdown. Williams gets one anyway. It's 14-0 pending the extra point.
It did. I mean, last time they punched it in from the 1, that time not even needing to get it that close to be able to succeed. The offensive line lays out some beautiful blocks, and number 80 for Albuquerque laying out 2 gorgeous blocks. That's Kyle Brady, the backup tight end, who held the far edge until Williams was able to cut inside, but then switched off and blocked the inside. Terrific display.
Good piece of football there from Albuquerque. They're pretty good at this football thing, at least so far. That is a Sammy Steele extra point. It is up to fulfill the prophecy that is 14-0. 4 plays, 45 yards off the interception that came off of Amar Bryant Jr. And now Lexington really in a hole they did not want to find themselves in. They've mined too deep. Now they got to try to crawl their way out.
Yeah, I mean, Albuquerque is the type of team that usually, in a perfect scenario, of course, because it's not an easy thing to accomplish, they're a team that you want to get the lead on first. Albuquerque's the type of team that once they get a lead and they're able to run the ball at their own pace and control the clock, control the flow of the game, they're a hard team to come back from or even compete with. And right now, Lexington's going to have to try and do it.
9 formation, 2 to the right. 2 in the backfield. Slider going to throw short. Got the quick catch. It's a 6-yard gain. And if that's what he needs to do to get himself some confidence, then I'm completely okay with it. That's DJ Bandit.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I stole the words right out of my mouth. Those underneath routes are really going to open up the rest of your passing game.
See how much Albuquerque wants to devote material and resources down low, and that's going to be a run forward for 3. And it's Deion James making it a 3rd and 1. Really a medal test here for Lexington. You have to be able at any point on offense be able to get a yard. And this is the prime example of that. Got to get it. Can't let it go to 4th down.
Yep, certainly not.
Toss play, left side, got the yard, 1st down and more as he gets it to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Miners.
That's one thing to look at whenever you look at Albuquerque. They have some great tackling defensive backs. They have 2 safeties in the top 5 in the entirety of the league in tackles. They're great in helping out with the run, and we saw the defensive back make a tackle there just after the sticks were crossed.
Ian Francis, the one on the previous carry. This will be a handoff to Deion James, and he will get himself forward for a couple, make it 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. So this is the kind of drive that Lexington needs.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it certainly is. And you just need to keep the momentum going, because Kenny Slider at this point in this offense as a whole, after a very rough start, has to shake it off and get some sort of momentum going, and this may be the start of it.
This will be a run through the middle. There's not a lot there, but does manage to get a couple, does Ian Francis. Lexington coming in losers of 3 straight, really need to find themselves a win here to maybe try a comeback story for the East Division. But it is not going to be easy. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, I formation for Lexington. Slider backs it up, looks to throw, pump fake, spins out of 1, gets free, tries to slide, slides a little bit short of the 1st down marker, and it'll be 4th and inches. Decision time here for Lexington, but I fear it's going to end in a punt.
Yep, I mean, end of the day, that's the right decision. With how their rushing attack was able to at least pick up some yards on each rush attempt that drive, I would have maybe liked to see, but it's risky. You're already playing behind 2 touchdowns, and I do have a gambler's mindset. I say go for it, but that's why I'm not a coach, Curtis.
No, I'm with you. I think going for it was the right call there too. Ultimately, even if you don't get it, yeah, exactly. We're both going bankrupt for sure. Starting at the 17-yard line, Albuquerque back out on the field. Looking at a nickel on defense, but those defensive linemen pretty well spread out. Might be a chance for a run. Move the fullback to the right. Handoff. Broken tackle. Tried to cut it to the outside, and Williams will get taken down after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, like we mentioned, losing Slap is certainly going to hurt at the end of the day, but Jason Williams is just as talented at a back. 15 years in the league, 3 of which have been with Albuquerque, 3-time All-Star. He can certainly hold his weight in the run game.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. They'll move one of the receivers from right to left. That's Finnemore, who moved into the slot. Handoff. 1st down. Well done. Good misdirection there to give Morton a chance to run through the hole, and it is a 1st and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the lead blocking there from the guard who went up to the 2nd level. Terrific job of taking care of the linebackers so that one of your halfbacks doesn't even get touched until the free safety finally makes contact well past the 1st down marker.
2 to the left, 1 of the single back as well. They'll spread them out. They'll move Kay Marion to the other side of the formation. She's alone up there. There's 15 yards, and then never mind. End of the 1st quarter of play. So it doesn't matter. Albuquerque up 2 scores early on at the Quarry in Lexington. This is the SFL on the Virtual Football Network. Chris Curtis, DJ Kilgannon along with you. Ron Haynes in the stats truck with us this evening. Cameron Irvine pushing the buttons, and welcome back into the Quarry in Lexington, Kentucky. A game between 3-3 Albuquerque, 2-4 Lexington. Both of these teams needing a win at this critical point in the season. And right now, Albuquerque with the clear advantage and the ball, with a 14-point lead, threatening to do more damage. That's going to be through the middle, and that's Williams again. Josh Slapp went down on the 1st drive. We have not seen him since. It's been the Williams and Morton show since then.
Yeah, it sure has. And I mean, slowing down a bit maybe, but I mean, you don't have to do a whole lot. You can continue to run the ball out and be completely happy with it with a 2-point lead.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Jive is under center. Has already eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark through the air for the season as well. Just needed 13 yards coming into the game. And he will hand it off on this play, 7 yards. It's 3rd and 3. I formation. Tight end is Jack Wall. He's off to the left. Handoff again through Williams, first down. Good job pushing the blocking, and he gets tackled from behind, putting him over the line to gain.
I mean, yeah, Lexington continues to have a few extra bodies in the box. It just doesn't matter when this offensive line is playing at such an elite level right now. Jason Williams got chased down from the other side of the line, but by that point, it was way too late.
Single back look for Jive and company. Jive's going to hand that one off to Morton. He's going to get a couple of yards, and he will fight his way forward. 2nd and 7, a 2-yard gain there, but Morton holding his own right now. The backup coming in and playing some critical downs.
Yeah, it certainly is. We saw him with the touchdown earlier, and then now Williams and Morton looking like they could be somewhat of a formidable two-headed backfield.
A little bit of a platoon act for the Adams, so to speak, so far. 2nd and 7. Jive from the 42-yard line. Handoff again. It is Williams. Spins out of one tackle. Broken tackle, and not quite enough for the first down, but very close. Make it 3rd and inches.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to wrap up against a backfield this talented. Just a slight hit isn't going to be able to take him down. You got to wrap up, toss your hip down, and try and make the full tackle, because they're talented enough to be able to bounce back, have enough awareness to find holes after the hit.
That's through the middle again at the first down. Got enough, just needed a yard, and it's Morton who does the job. That's a 1st and 10 for Albuquerque. They continue to methodically move this ball downfield.
Yeah, I mean, methodical is the perfect word, Curtis, because that's what they are right now. They're just completely running it down the throats of Lexington at this point.
Moving it left to right across the formation. 3 to the right-hand side, trying to crowd that side and overload. Jive, handoff again, trying to free up some space on the outside for Williams with that motion. And it's 1st and 10 as it's going to be 2nd and a couple. It's Philly Collins on the turf right now, and he's having a hard time moving.
Yeah, another injury bug on the field. Philly, a huge part of this Lexington defense, has been sensational all season long for them. Leads the league in TFLs coming to this week, so hopefully he can get back out there soon.
2nd and 5. Albuquerque trying to put themselves up 3 scores in this first half. That's going to be through the middle. There is not a lot of room there to go. That is a tackle made, and it is going to be a 3rd and 4 scenario for Albuquerque.
Yeah, now after their 9th straight run, we maybe see Albuquerque forced into a passing scenario here.
Watch K. Marion, watch Jack Wall, the only 2 receivers to catch a ball from Cyrus Jive so far. They'll move Finnemore left to right. Right to left. Overload that left side. Jive has the football. 3-step drop. Pressure coming. Throws left side. That one's caught. And it's right there. K. Marion. I told you to watch out for her. And now we're going to watch her get injured again. Albuquerque fighting it right now. The injury bug biting him twice in the first half.
I can't believe it, Curtis. I mean, you lose Slap. You know, you got Williams and you got Morton, who clearly is stepping up into the role. But you look at it, even you have your star-studded receivers, you have the passing attack if it comes to it. Now you lose Marion.
Yeah, you absolutely do. That puts Kyle Finnemore up the depth chart a little bit. So that'll create a vacancy at the top. See what they can do with it. This will be a handoff left side. Not a lot there. They are in field goal range at the very least. They can go up the 3 scores as long as they get the field goal if they have to go that way. Williams on the carry there, 2nd and 7.
I mean, yeah, at this point, completely agree with you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep running the ball. Keep getting closer and closer. If you have to kick it, so be it. You're up 3 possessions. You're exactly right.
2nd and 7. No need to rush things or reinvent the wheel at all. This is going to be through the middle for Morton. He's having quite a day so far. 3rd and 3 for Albuquerque.
11th run play of the drive on what's been a 11-1 split when it comes to rushes and pass plays. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Heavy set look, I formation, handoff through the middle again. Williams has the first down and has it to about the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. They can still get a first down at the 1.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just Lexington has to make the first tackle. I feel like anytime we see a one-on-one tackle between an Albuquerque rusher and a Lexington defender, it is always won by Albuquerque.
2 to the left, 1 to the right from the 13-yard line. Throws, caught. Got to try to move it back the other way, but he was knocked backwards, was Jack Wall. They're going to give him 5 yards. Not a lot there. Forward progress just did not help him out much.
Yeah, certainly didn't. I mean, it's only second down now. You can continue to punch the ball through. 2nd and 5. Williams in the backfield. Hand off to him, left side. Got to break this tackle, can't do it. Got 2 on the play, make it 3rd and 4 coming up, and a key 3rd down for the Albuquerque offense. Yeah, and you saw him pass in a previous 3rd and 4 scenario, but now with K. Marion out, maybe they rethink things. You still have Finnemore, you still have Clarence Lee and Jack Wall, so maybe they take advantage of them.
High formation. Jive is under center. Has the football. Pressure. He's taken down. That was a straight-on blitz, and it was a linebacker who finally got to him. What a hit.
Whew, what a hit indeed. You see one go up, one go under, and just bury Jive into the turf. If not mistaken, that's the 2nd sack of the game for Lexington. 1 for Andrews, 1 for DeMora. My goodness, what a way for them to end the drive. Finally getting something going for them in a positive way at the end of it when it mattered.
Yeah, at least they were only able to hold him to 3 and not give up a touchdown there. Bobbled snap, but handled well from Yuki, and that is from Sammy Steele, and that is a 17-0 lead for the Adams. Here comes the Miners. Miners have a chance to put themselves back in this ball game, but they need their offense to start right now. They have a chance for a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I mean, you need your offense to get going. You need some sort of, life, really. Your pass game has been, dare I say, non-existent up to this point. You haven't completed a pass yet. Your rush game really hasn't been too much to call home about. But at the same time, we've only seen Lexington's offense on the field for maybe 3 3/4 minutes.
Yeah, it has not been the best showing for the Lexington offense to this point. It needs to happen soon. Slider throws left side, incomplete. That one did not look pretty. Gabriel Manning, your intended target. It's 2nd and 10. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN, SFL Week 10 continues Monday, while the UFL playoffs reach the conference semifinals Tuesday and Wednesday. SFLM Tuesday, Thursday. No other network gives you more football. The SFL lives here on VFN. 2nd and 10. Slider backs it up, throws left side, needs it, can't have it. Incomplete, nearly picked off as well as that one finally hits the turf. Jack Napier brought one in. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nearly did. And after 2 unsuccessful passes, we still haven't seen one. Actually, I believe we might have seen 1 completion for Slider way earlier on in the game. But now you're forced to pass deep, and against a Albuquerque defense and a dime package that's looked unstoppable at this point, it's going to be hard to convert.
And they've already intercepted Slider 1 time. See if they can do it again. Slider looks, making a decision. Now throws right side deep, and he's got it. No, incomplete. I thought he had it for half a second, and instead it bounces away. Daniel Valentine in coverage. 4th down, and the Miners will punt it away.
Yeah, a great strategy there. Lexington has Gabriel Manning in their back pocket at all times. Dare I say, one of the most explosive players in SFL's history. Right, so if you're going to double team anyone in that situation, make it him. They put their best safety, Brian James, who's been playing at an all-star level all season, on him. Daniel Valentine, who's top 10 in interceptions coming into the week, on him. It's going to be hard to make a completion, and we saw it, that it worked to perfection.
Punt upcoming. Kick is up and gone. He gets over the midfield logo to the 42-yard line, and immediately taken down there at the 42 is the return man, Kyle Finnemore. 1st and 10 for Albuquerque, and I'll correct a misspeak earlier. It's Albuquerque now with 3:43 left, a chance to really put their footholds in this game, a chance for a 2-for-1. Two to the left, 1 in the backfield, 4-3 look on defense. Hand off through the middle. It's Williams who's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2-yard loss and another big-time hit. It's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I mean, doing the right thing, rushing whenever you should be. I mean, you do take a loss. That's going to happen sometimes against a good defensive front like Lexington. One of the best front sevens in the league.
Jive looks, gets it away on the sidearm. It's incomplete. Probably should have had that one come in. Kay Marion, the intended target. She's back, and that's a good thing. It's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that's huge for your offense. And, you know, I was going to say a point that they're missing Kay Marion, but that was Kay Marion who got covered very well on that play.
Cyrus Jive just missed Kay Marion with a throw. That's all it was.
Yeah. Hit in the back.
3 to the left. That's the bunch formation to the left side of Cyrus Jive. Action and an immediate sack. He is speared about 10 yards in the backfield. It's 4th down, and man, did Lexington need that.
Yeah, they certainly did. Forcing the 3 and out is Tony Roberto, getting his 5th and a half on the season, pushing him further into the top 10 sack leads in the SFL. And my goodness, Jive didn't even have time to fully spin back around after that play action.
Yeah, nothing doing. Well read by Tony Roberto, nearly blocked on the way up. It is a fair catch that's called for at the 25-yard line. 26 is where they'll mark it. Will Gabriel Manning. And here comes the Miners one more time. 2:46. They have all 3 timeouts. Still plenty of time.
Gosh, that last hit, I still feel that last hit. God.
You really do start to feel them when you're up in the booth like this.
Really.
It's almost like a crunching of a chip bag at times.
Phantom pain, if you will.
I formation. 2 to the left, 2 in the backfield. This will be a handoff through the middle. Broken tackle and a lot of room to run. This is what the Miners needed to have go forward for them. It's Deion James using that physical frame.
Yes, the first sign of true life for the offense of Lexington on that play. You break the first tackle, and that's all you need. Keenan Samuels not able to pull him down. Some great blocks blocking the other incoming linebackers, and after that, it's safeties well downfield.
1st and 10. 2 in the backfield in the eye. It's Manning moving in motion. Across the formation to the right-hand side. Nickel look on defense. It'll be a handoff through the left side. Not a lot to it, but it's a gain forward for 4 yards. And that's Ian Francis bringing us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 17-0 game. Albuquerque over Lexington at the tail end of the 2nd quarter. Lexington is moving the ball. You take a look there at Kenny Slider. Deion James is behind him. Slider, handoff. James tries to break the tackle. Forward progress gets him 2. 3rd and 4 coming up. Lexington can ill afford a stop here.
Yeah, certainly you got to keep your offense going. I like that they try and keep the run game going after the big play. That long run was more yards than they had total yards before the play. It's a really nice explosive way to start the drive. Let's see if they can keep it going.
2 to the right and 1 to the left. Got to have it. Looking to throw this. Turn and run. 1st down and more for Slider. And he fumbled the football. And it is Albuquerque who picks it up. Oh, that's a mistake for Kenny Slider. He slid too late.
Yeah, I mean, he did what he was supposed to. Kenny Slider sliding, as the name intends. But like you said, just a little bit too late. You let the defenders get too close, and he fumbles it. And if no back look at it, and it doesn't look like we're going to get another look at it, that's Slider's first fumble.
That is unfortunate for Lexington. Slider, no sliding. Somewhere Nickelodeon is writing a lawsuit, right now, because it's going to be on my doorstep tomorrow. Under center, handoff Williams, 2 broken tackles and a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're Albuquerque, I feel like you got to be content with running the ball out for the rest of the half. Maybe you feel a little frisky, go for something far downfield, but with how they've played in this 2nd quarter especially, I don't see that, coming to fruition much at all.
Minute 3 to go. All 3 timeouts still for Albuquerque, so they could be aggressive if they wanted to. But it looks like they're more content to just let this time go. There'll be a handoff and another broken tackle. First down and more out for Morton as he's going to have another one. 1st and 10.
And Morton really showing up today. So I mean, whenever your stars go out, it's next man up. Morton making a name for himself. Jason Williams finally getting some reps. I mean, he certainly gets a decent amount with this two-headed backfield.
That's Williams to the outside. We'll get 5 yards. Morton at 4.4 yards a carry. He's been pretty good. Timeout taken by Albuquerque there. And it will be a first and 10 for the Adams. Or 2nd and 5, sorry. Under center. Jive in the heavy set look. He'll move a receiver to the left side of the formation as well. Taking his time as Jive, pressure coming, throws. He overthrew his target. And that is incomplete. 3rd and 5. Looking for Jack Wall, the tight end.
Yeah, Lexington continues to bring a lot of pressure on the outside of the tackles. It's hard for Albuquerque on these passing downs to let routes fully develop when Lexington is bringing as much pressure as they are. I think that's an instance of what we saw in that last play.
3rd and 5. Albuquerque trying to keep the drive alive. That one's caught. That was a placed ball, man. 1st and 10. Timeout taken by Albuquerque, but that placement could not have been better from Cyrus Jive.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an unreal connection. You throw it past the defensive back behind him, and Marion is talented enough to be able to fall towards it and haul it in successfully. I mean, that's just impressive, especially coming back injured and doing that.
8 for 10 is Jive in this game. $120 through the air. We'll throw again over the middle. That one's incomplete, and that one will hit the turf after going into the hands of the receiver. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, trying to go to Wall again after we saw Wall get the completion in the middle of the field the previous time. Seems like Lexington is deciding to congest it a little bit more on that seam route. We haven't seen it since that first time we see him get completed with it over the middle.
2nd and 10. Almost 5 yards per play for Albuquerque so far. They could use 5 yards or more here. Pressure coming. Taken down. Jive goes down for the 3rd time tonight. They're going to have to run no huddle here. 3rd and very long. Under center. It'll be a handoff that goes backward. A questionable no huddle decision there. Loss of 2, and it's 4th and 17. And that'll end the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful sack to end it, and then tackle for loss. Can't even say for sure who got it. It was someone with all black sleeves. If I had to say, I think it was Berto Demora who got it, making it his 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
So at the end of the first half, 17-0. Lexington up by a few scores or down by a few scores at this point. They have some work to do going into the second half.
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, it's just you're just playing from behind against a team that wants to run the ball. What an action shot there against a team that wants to run the ball, and that they can do it successfully. I mean, they're out of their star back, in my opinion, the best back we've seen in the entire 2K4 era, and yet they are still running the ball with pure dominance. I mean, besides rushing the QB, Lexington's defense has struggled to do really anything at all.
So that is a wrap on the first half. It's going to be Albuquerque gets the ball to start the second half of play as Lexington started with the ball on their side. It is 2 different injuries. Philly Collins with a concussion, he's done for the day, and we'll see what protocol has for him. And then it is Josh Slapp with a broken hand. That's not something you can just brace up and get out there. So they'll be shorthanded the rest of this game. Talking about both these teams, but we'll see what happens.
I hope that pun was intended because it was great.
I didn't even think about it, but that is really, really funny. That'll be returnable. 5 yards deep in the end zone to the 20-yard line to the 23. And that is the start of this Albuquerque drive. 1st and 10. They're going to try to back up a dominant first half with a dominant second half. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Albuquerque just needs to keep doing what they're doing. The coach adjustments at halftime going to kick in, slaps out. So maybe you can mark up some more runs that'll be successful for your new backup that's coming in.
Under center, Cyrus Jive. One in the backfield. Looking to throw this. Throws over the middle. That one's caught. Well grabbed over the middle to the 40-yard line. And look who it is. It's K. Marion one more time.
I mean, yeah, it looks like they're coming out firing on all cylinders to start this half. A connection up the middle. A beautiful route getting inside of the defender following you.
And a good bit of work for the Adams to get themselves into a new set of downs already. 1st and 10. They got to get it past midfield for another first down. Already over 200 yards of total offense. Handoff. Right side. Williams is taken down. Not a lot there. It'll be a loss of 1 second and 11, and that'll put them probably through the air on second down.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to break that around the edge and just not able to seal the edges. The defender is able to just push around the outside and completely collapse on that outside run attempt.
2 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Looking to throw this. Jive backs it up, throws over the middle. It's caught right into the office. And is that K. Marion again?
Sure
no,
is.
It is not. Not this time.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Close, but not quite. And that will be a Clarence Lee sighting. First catch of the game, first target of the game for him.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, certainly looked K. Marion-esque. A great catching coverage and a tight route.
Yeah. Taking some pointers from the multi-season veteran. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to get through the left side. And a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on it. It's Tony Roberto's, what is this, 4th tackle already?
I believe so. I mean, he's been phenomenal all over the field. We saw him with the sack, multiple tackles for loss up to this point as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been dynamite. 2nd and 10. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff in the split backs, and that is a 7-yard gain. 6 yards is what they'll say for Williams. It's 3rd and a few as Roberto comes up with another tackle.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 is pretty familiar for Albuquerque at this point. If I'm not mistaken, this will be their 3rd go of it, past both previous attempts. Looks in the eye for him, could be anything against this 4-3 from Lexington.
They'll pass. Jive left side, incomplete. That's a nice stop for Lexington, but instead we're looking at a DPI, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, the coverage was there. You had 2 people on the receiver. You do not need to make early contact. Yeah.
Yep. That is unfortunate.
Can't do that.
Lexington is up against it. Now they're getting penalties called against them as well. They're scoreless in this football game. 7 and 37 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. They don't have 100 yards total offense yet. I can keep going. Under center, 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. Jive backs it up. Throw over the middle, caught. It's K. Marion to the end zone, and a touchdown to the house for Marion and company. And Albuquerque starting to run away.
Yeah, Jive says, welcome back from your stay on the bench, Marion. Have this and work with it. A beautiful catch in what was decent coverage from the defender, but K. Marion specializes in taking the inside route, forcing the defender to her back hip. And from that point, you can't do much without enough contact to get a penalty. Marion catches it, splits the defenders, and that's all she wrote.
She shimmies, she shakes, and then she dances her way to the house.
Sure
Gotta love it. That's a big touchdown to get for Albuquerque, and man, that just stems any thought as of right now about momentum for Lexington, who's about to get this ball back, but they're looking square at a 24-0 lead, and the way Albuquerque's playing defense, it might as well be 240-0.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely right. You look at Lexington's offensive production up to this point, Curtis. They have the same amount of passing yards as they do pass attempts.
And that about covers it right there. It's been a rough go of it. Not to say they're dead in the water yet, because they're not. There's a lot of football
Crazier
left.
things have happened.
First possession of the second half for Lexington. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments they've put up. Maybe they can get something done. Slider, handoff. It's Deion James. Has his way forward for a couple of yards. They'll say 3, and that's 2nd and 7 coming.
Yeah, I mean, the run game is what has worked for you the most up to this point. You know, they're up to about just shy of 60 yards on the ground. Through the air, it's just no success at all. You saw the pick. Kenny Slider on the ground with the fumble. I mean, he's kind of just all over the place right now against a great defense.
Oh, it's caught, but by the wrong team. Back the other way and into the end zone. Albuquerque really starting to run away one more time. This one's Daniel Valentine taking it to the house.
Yep, the face mask at the end of it. Obviously going to be a decline from the head coach in Albuquerque. And wow, I mean, you talk about some demoralizing offensive production at this point. Yards per attempt for Lexington passing is under a yard at this point, and more completions to the defense than their offense.
31-0 for the Albuquerque Adams, who have now taken a pick back to the house. They have a fumble recovery. They have another pick that happened earlier. They're winning the turnover battle by quite a lot. These were two teams coming in that did not give up the ball very much, only turned the ball over 6 times for Albuquerque, 7 times for Lexington coming into today. And Albuquerque has forced 3 turnovers. That's about a 50% cut of their turnovers total for Lexington, and that's happened in this first half. Second half.
Yeah, it's a crazy sway of stats, really. I mean, through 6 games, you only have 7, and just such a drastic jump. And I think it's just a knock on how it's not even a knock on the offense per se. I mean, you could take it that way, but Albuquerque's defense is just phenomenal. We know it is.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10. Slider, that's caught. Somehow found a way through the window, and another one bites the dust. It's Alexander West.
Oh, I mean, that's rough. Your second receiver, and second not by much. Alexander West is a fantastic receiver, but when you're playing behind a Hall of Famer, you're going to be in that spot. Hopefully, I mean, he is getting off the field by his own fruition. Hopefully, we'll see him back here soon.
May go the way of K. Marion, may come back after a few plays. We shall see. 1st and 10.
If that's the case, maybe he'll come back with some fire.
6:52 left in this third quarter. Lexington can use it at this point. Haven't hit 100 yards total offense just yet for them. Maybe they'll hit it on this play. And nope, not on this play. That's not going to work. It'll be a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Samuel's just shooting the gap to perfection and doing such a good job of being able to read the run as it's being produced. And I mean, he wasn't even the only defender there. There's multiple in there on the tackle.
And left side, incomplete. Had a chance, couldn't quite complete the pass downfield. That one hurts quite a bit.
That was TJ Frosty in the fantastic coverage. Laid a great hit just as the ball was getting there, just at the perfect time to not draw a penalty. Now Lexington again forced into a passing down.
DJ Bandit on the intended receiver on that one. That's a chance right side caught. Needed that. That is the captain in the Hall of Famer, Gabriel Manning. 1st and 10 for Lexington. Maybe they can start to move the ball now.
Yeah, certainly a momentum booster of a play. Will it be that? It's hard to say. One yai shy of that century. And as they try and keep going, those are the type of plays you need to build Slider's confidence. But when you're looking at this white or green and black defense across from you, it's hard to keep any sense of bravery left in you.
1st and 10. Tries to cut it back inside. There's not a lot there for Deion James, but he does get a few, make it a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, again, I mean, the run game's solid. We know that, but at this point in the game, how many times can you run before it becomes just you slowly tightening the noose as the game closes out when you run like that?
2nd and long. They do have it in Albuquerque territory, which is a step in the right direction. Handoff left side, trying to get through the couple of tackles that came for him. And that is Ian Francis with the carry, making 3rd and 3 after a 4-yard scamper. Big moment for Lexington. Got to get something on the board. Throws over the middle and incomplete. That one's not going to find Gabriel Manning, as it's going to fly past his back shoulder, and it's 4th down.
That was Amar Bryant Jr. on the coverage. The route wasn't fully developed in the slightest. Had to throw it into very, very tight coverage. But, I mean, you had to. Albuquerque brought a few extra bodies in on pressure around the edge. I mean, the pressure was there. Slider just panics a bit, and I mean, you do throw it to your best target out there, to his credit, but I mean, that's just can't be a completion on your 3rd down.
And Fenimore has it at the 17-yard line for the fair catch. Albuquerque really running away with this game, still holding the Miners to no points, which is a feat in itself. Holding an SFL team to nothing on the board through 3 quarters is tough, and through 4 quarters is even tougher. But, I mean, on the other side, Lexington has to try to get some points as well. This will be a handoff through the middle. There is no gain there. And another one for Roberto.
Yeah, Lexington has never been held to 0 points in a home game before in their tenured history. The lowest they've had is 3 against a loss to Atlanta back in season 17.
Nickel look on D. 2nd and 10. Handoff through the middle, plenty of room to run for Williams, and he's going to get himself 5 yards. Thought he had more than that. Not quite on this day. Lexington now over the 100-yard mark in total offense, but Albuquerque certainly stacking it up. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to throw, left side, caught, yes. That is a catch and a 1st down for K. Marion. 1st and 10 for Albuquerque.
I mean, just continuing to fire on all cylinders, even with the injury. Marion hasn't lost a step, and they go back to the route that has been working time and time and time and time and time and time again. I mean, Marion is just a merchant when it comes to that, and I don't blame them in the slightest. I mean, the separation is there every single time.
1st and 10. Hand off through the middle. It's Williams again. He's going to get 6 yards here. Almost 6 anyway. He gets 5 instead. And 2nd and 5 again for Albuquerque. They're very quickly chewing up a lot of time in this 3rd quarter.
I mean, they certainly are with how their offense runs. I mean, that's going to choke the clock out on itself. And when they pass, it's usually getting complete. So even that helps some.
That's a couple yards max on the run forward for Morton. 3rd and 2. Lexington's got to get off the field.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. At this point, if they don't, Albuquerque will probably take the rest of this drive, the rest of this quarter away on this drive alone.
Under center. Moving Marion to the top of your screen, moving right to left across the formation. Hand off again, nothing doing. Big tackle in the backfield, and that is enough to force the Adams to punt this ball away with 2.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was Iggy Turner getting involved. A great job of reading the run there. He's been a Lexington lifer pretty much his entire career. Has been with them for
many moons.
2 seasons now, but it was also with them in the minor league as well, as we see some laundry.
See what the laundry is. It is a block in the back. That's not going to work well for the Miners.
Not allowed.
Nope, cannot do that. Coach is hot about it too.
I can only imagine. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's blatant and nowhere near the play. I would also be a little bit fired up. That's just letting out some anger, is what that is. If you're Lexington.
Little bit of steam, just a little bit. So ball's on their own 9-yard line. That's where they're going to start this drive. Nothing would feel better than them going 91 yards right now. Even if the game is getting to the point where it's out of reach. Got to try to take something into next week. Handoff through the middle. A couple of broken tackles and a roll over the first down marker. And they say he's short. I disagree. Ian Francis also disagrees, but it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, call me third. And they will challenge it, with which I think will go in their favor. But, I mean, I would say an interesting challenge just because of the risk. But I'd bet Curtis's liver that'll get called forward.
Hey, why are you betting my liver? What's that for?
I'm not going to bet mine.
Well, are you really confident in your thought then?
Yeah, absolutely. Not confident enough, I guess.
Yeah,
confident
right, exactly.
enough for yours.
I love it. Here we are betting body parts, and they're not even ours. All right, it is overturned, so my liver is safe for now.
As long as it's not inches. The black market is waiting.
Yes.
With pitchforks. Oh, there goes the liver.
Oh, no. It is the liver. Oh, man.
Oh,
somebody in Tanzania just bought the albino's liver. 2nd and inches. Yeah, we've gotten to that part of the program, everybody. Shotgun on 2nd and inches. No one tell Skippy. Delayed handoff, 1st down and more. Gets a few to the 25-yard line. Ian Francis.
It's just in. I'm actually hearing it was her who bought it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm never going to get it back, just so we're clear. That's her insurance policy, as she so rightly claims. 1st and 10. Through the middle, that is going to be a good-looking run forward for Deion James. 2nd and 2, and this should be probably a steady diet of runs to the end of the 3rd quarter. I wouldn't say they're dead in the water, but they're pretty close, talking about Lexington.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly getting up to the surface, not fully there. They're still fighting.
They are. They are indeed. That's a 1st down. So a couple of yards forward for Ian Francis again. They're platooning back and forth, but at some point you got to throw the ball, and that is what Albuquerque's waiting on.
Yep.
Is that right now? I formation, 4-3 look on defense. Hand off, right side, and a roll, and gets a few. 6 yards on that for Deion James. 2nd and 4.
I mean, I guess one thing in the positive you can say for Lexington is their run game is producing pretty solid. Deion James, especially 6.2 yards per carry, is sensational.
And to be fair, though, that's partly because Albuquerque's been in a solid zone. Now they're going to blitz, and they're going to get him in the backfield. Yeah. There you go. 3rd and 3. Albuquerque was waiting on the throw, and it just never came. So they're like, fine, we're going to send extra help. And they do, and they get the tackle.
I said, fine, you're not going to throw. We'll just stop the run as that quarter drains to an end.
Yep. Put your 4s up in chat, along with all your meaningful SFL numbers for those that are gone too soon. 31-0 Albuquerque over Lexington. It's the end of the 3rd. The SFL on the Virtual Football Network. Chris Curtis, DJ Kilgannon in the booth with you this evening. Finishing things up here, 4th quarter of play in Lexington, Kentucky at the Quarry. Couple of yards away, Lexington trying to get a 1st down. Keep this drive going through the middle. Got it. 1st down and a couple more will get them moving in an upward trajectory. It is Deion James.
Yeah, and continuing with the run. I mean, if it's working, why not stick with it? But at a point, I mean, you're in the last quarter of the football game. You can't run forever.
It's true. You got to find something to do through the air. Slider backs it up, throws. This will be a throw to the right. It's caught. No, they're going to say out of bounds. Gabriel Manning was out of bounds there. I disagree. And so does the Lexington coach. Their 2nd challenge coming up.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not? You got the previous one in your favor. I mean, not fully in your favor, but in your favor enough to keep the timeout. So, and keep the challenge flag as well. So they're going to go for it again. Let's see if we can get a better look closer to that sideline.
Just needs both feet. And there's 1 and
like
2. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, looked like a catch to me.
Yep. Yeah, this should be a catch. Yep. That is indeed what Stripes has to say, and that is going to put the challenge back on the board. There's a third challenge in the pocket for Lexington if they ever need it. Not that they should, down 31 points, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some, at least some perfect challenges at this point.
Yeah. Yards have been more even this half. 107 for Albuquerque, 85 for Lexington. The points, however, have been not. Slider moves right, throws across his body. First down, broken tackle. Got a juke move, another broken tackle. Gabriel Manning, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer. Go, guys and gals. 1st and 10. What a play down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's the Gabe Manning effect. Get him the ball and let him cook. That's why he's such a talented special teamer. Catches it falling, breaks a tackle, breaks another, finally gets dragged down by the third Adam in the set.
Sometimes he's got the Calvin Johnson aura. You just have to put people on him, as many as you can afford, and he's still going to make a catch.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with him earlier.
Slider, one extra help coming for the blitz. That is incomplete. That had a disaster written all over it instead of an incomplete pass.
Yep. I mean, to go to your further point, I mean, we saw them 3rd and long previously. The only person they double teamed was Manning. So, I mean, we know when they pass the ball, they want to go to him. He's their most explosive target, especially losing Alexander West earlier, who I haven't seen back out.
Right. I think we've had, 4 injuries this game?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully,
Kay Marion was one. She's
back.
Yeah, she's back. Slider, pressure coming, and a big-time hit. Albuquerque sends the house, and the house crumbles on top of Kenny Slider.
That's one of the other Williams in the game, getting a sack for himself. That's Joshua Williams, the sole Williams on defense. Last names, I should say. Just barreling into Kenny Slider, slamming him into the turf. And now it's 3rd and scary.
They got the whole Brady bunch going on in this Williams team.
I love it.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Throw right side, it's caught. Nice throw, great placement right in the pocket. It's a 1st down and more for the Lexington Miners.
Yeah, I mean, trusting one of your backups. It's a game of backups, if you will. Walter Young with the 3rd and long catch to convert past the sticks for Lexington. Now well into field goal range, so they at least have a shot to get the goose egg off of their scoreboard, and that's if they keep the ball in their possession.
Got to keep this possession clean. Through the middle. That is a couple of yards. No further than that. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the SFLM is on VFN. Season 11 is underway and resumes Tuesday, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern with Birmingham and New York. Thursday, September 25th, it's Philly hosting San Jose and Anchorage at San Diego. See the SFL Stars of the Tomorrow right here on the Virtual Football Network. That is right side and a couple of yards going forward. 3rd and 8 coming up, and a 3rd and long scenario that is always scary for Lexington's offense.
Yeah, sure is. I mean, if you want to score and still feel like you have hope, you got to pass this ball. But at the same point, that also puts it up to a turnover if things get scary. And the dime set again for Albuquerque, and this has been a bad sign all night.
Slider throws incomplete. That one hit an Adam on the way through as well. 4th down, decision time here for Lexington. Gabe Manning is not pleased, and it'll be a field goal, I believe, coming for the Miners.
It will. Yeah, and I respect the call.
Yeah.
If it goes through, leaving with some dignity, if you will.
Takeda Yuki, right-handed boot. Snap is good, hold good, kick is up and on the way. It is up, and that will take the goose egg off the board. 28-point spread, 31-3.
Yeah, and you look at it at the end of the day, what is 3 points, But that, if that score stood, that would have been the 2nd shutout in a row for Lexington. Previously losing to Charleston 0-17 in a divisional bout. would have also been another shutout in this game, and that would have just, I mean, you look at that on paper even, and that would have been devastating. Clearing that goose egg off with that field goal.
That is a decent return through the left side to the 31-yard line, and that was pretty good on the shimmying and shaking. It's 1st and 10 for Albuquerque.
Yeah, you know, got just over 7 minutes in this game. Albuquerque's longest drive ended in a field goal just before halftime, and that was at the end of the first quarter, going into the second. That took 7 minutes off of the clock. So we know Albuquerque is capable of taking this time off. That's when they had the 18-play drive previously. So they can take this much time off.
1st and 10. It'll be prime time for them to start just running the ball out.
Yep.
See if they can chew some clock. That'll be a broken tackle, but Williams is taken down just past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. They got to chew on that thing just a little bit.
Yeah, sure do.
2nd and 10. If you get that reference, you're awesome. 2 to the left. Pressure thrown on his back foot, and it's caught on the deflection. Are you kidding me? That is unreal. Roberto cannot believe that he just deflected that in the air and it landed in an Albuquerque receiver's hands.
Yeah, Roberto, obviously an amazing SFL player, could also probably go pro in volleyball after that set.
Three to the right, 1 to the left. 8 for 12 on 3rd down. Does Albuquerque cross his body? That's incomplete. Looking for Kay Marion. She cannot hold it in. It is 4th and long, and a punt upcoming for the Adams.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen Marion now get targeted. I think that's the 11th target we're seeing go Marion's way, and is easily the leading receiver for Albuquerque in this one, catching 9 of those 11 targets.
Kick is up and gone. Punt is caught by Manning. We'll try to move the ball to the left, get it to the 32-yard line. So the Miners have the ball. I mean, they're still probably out of this game, but they're going to try to make it much more respectable. A touchdown would do just that.
Yeah, certainly would prove your offense has a little bit of life left on the heart dar, if you will.
On the heart dar.
You like that?
I like it. I like it. I think Ron got the reference. Ron Haynes in our stats chart. I hope
he's
so.
Awesome.
But he is awesome. He's pretty darn good. That's a nice inside slant. That's a catch and a 1st down. Well timed.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Alexander West is back. Yep. Just enough time to get a reception and move the chains for the Miners.
Yeah, it's his 2nd now after his tenure on the bench. Glad to see him back in this one. And yeah, I mean, it's been an injury-riddled game, and a lot of huge stars going out as well. I mean, sometimes you'll see some kick return guys go out, but this has been all perennial players.
That is 2nd and 9 after that run does not go very far. They're still running the ball at this stage, which is a bit of a surprise. 5 and 16 to go.
Yeah, I think at this point they're just doing what works, right? I mean, you know, your rush game is at least going to get you something. I mean, your pass game has picked up as of late.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Throw over the middle. It's incomplete. Couldn't quite get it in the hands of his target out there. Middle of the field, 3rd and 9 coming up for Lexington.
That's Marquis Sango.
Yep.
On that attempt. I mean, he has been, I will say, he's been lighting it up in the minor leagues as of late. Had a sensational game last week. Also leads the league in yards per catch in the SFL.
Throw over the middle. This one's a one-handed grab. That was very, very nice. Is that Manning out there?
I think it was Alex West, actually.
That was, okay, fair enough. Throws left side. That one's caught. 1st down and more. And that one's West's as well. Kenny Slider starting to light it up a little bit in the no huddle. From the 19. Left side. Plinkoed around a little bit. Hit the turf. Incomplete.
Yeah, another try for West. If that's all it took, next week maybe think about going some no huddle all the time, because
right.
Slider was starting to light it up there with some pressure on his back.
Up tempo the entire time. 2nd and 10.
Not quite my tempo, he says.
Under center. Slider looking, throwing, right side, incomplete, well-timed hit, will knock it out of the hands. And it's 3rd and long coming up for Lexington. They got one earlier. They'd like to get another one here.
Yeah, previously went to the backup who was taking the place of Alexander West. Maybe now we'll get an opportunity to haul it in if they do go back to a similar look. And I believe it's the same formation as they did last time out. So maybe watch a little post route up the middle.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw this left side, incomplete. Close, no cigar, 4th down, and likely another field goal coming for Lexington. I don't think they're going to try for this, are they?
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that.
No, they are.
Will.
4th down, okay. Yeah, well, exactly. We don't know nothing.
Not a
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Bunch formation. Got to look for a target in there. Slider looks, throws left, caught, problem, short of the sticks, and it's 4th down turned into 1st down for Albuquerque. They'll take the ball back on downs.
You know what? I respect it. You have enough respect for yourself to at least kick one of the field goals. That time you're like, you know what? We at least got rid of the shutout. Let's go for it all. They do. Yep. Doesn't turn out in their favor, and now I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last possession we see, as Albuquerque's rushing attack is very potent. And draining of the clock is something they do especially well.
4:22 to go as they start this drive from their 13-yard line. Handoff right side. Williams spins out of 1 tackle, then 2 tackles, and then finally gets taken down. A very eventful 5 yards for Williams.
Yeah, very tough 5 yards. Felt like he probably should have gained 10 off of that. Had to fight through a few of them just to gain that much. And half the distance as the clock drains away, just under 4 minutes remaining.
2nd and 5. Under center, handoff, left side, Morton, another spin and a 1st down. This is where we were talking about. They're going to start taking the clock away. A minute gone already off of that 4 minutes and change.
Interesting stat to look at here. Jason Williams, I mean, he's been running well, I'd say at least. And
yep.
But he has 26 attempts. He's averaging under 3 yards per carry. But at this point, he's doing what he needs to do. I mean, him and Morton are staying consistently ahead of the sticks, but I mean, it feels like that number should be higher, in my opinion.
I agreed. They just have had the ball a lot, and Albuquerque's also been ahead most of the game. So the priority for rushing has been better. And that's a big-time broken tackle. It's Williams all the way down to the 47-yard line into Lexington territory, and they move the sticks again.
Williams heard how low that number was and said, I got you. Let me fix that.
Them are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
Certainly are. Making that the longest rush of the day by just a yard, previously held by Deion James. And now we're reaching about the 2.5 minute mark. We're getting there.
28 yards on that run for Williams. And that's a nice move ahead. 1st and 10. Two and 24 left in this ball game. They'll snap the ball, toss right for Morton. He will get taken down. Forward progress should put him about 5 yards ahead. He will. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up.
You're probably going to see that freebie timeout come here as the time is ticking away.
Yep, so that'll be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Is 120 seconds left in the ball game. Albuquerque putting the finishing touches on a lopsided win on the road against Lexington. This is going to push Lexington to 2-5. And on the other side, it'll push Albuquerque, or I'm sorry, it'll actually push, 2-5. It'll push the Adams to 4-3, as that rush will be to the right. Timeout taken by Lexington.
Yeah, and just wasting through these timeouts. Williams hitting the century mark there as his stellar game continues, closing in at 30 rushing attempts for him.
Offset I formation. Jack Wall to the right. He's the tight end in this situation. Handoff. Williams gets enough for the first down, and that'll be another timeout taken.
Yeah, and this game is certainly going to make those rushing splits look a lot more even for Albuquerque coming into the week, 105-63. That being Slap and Williams. After this one, if that is his final run, which we can assuredly assume it won't be, it'll be looking at 106-93.
High formation toss play, right side for Williams, gets taken down. That's probably going to be his last one. That should be Lexington's last timeout, I do believe.
You're right.
So they are done. And that should be victory formation for the Adams.
They say no.
Nope, they're not going into victory formation just yet. Okay.
They want one last first down.
And they're going to try to get it, and they'll get close, but no cigar, as that will be a Williams run. He's 2 yards short. 3rd and 2. I guess with 1:36 left, they couldn't have kneeled down anyway. Yeah. So one more first down will do it.
Yeah, and I mean, with how the rushing attack has been, 2 yards almost feels like, I mean, you could spit that distance. Williams and Morton back there have been sensational.
Under center. I believe that's Morton in the backfield. Trying to get one more. It is. First down and more for for Morton as he gets the first down that they need to start putting knees to turf. And it'll be an Albuquerque win. They have Detroit on the schedule up next in the Motor City, so that will be one to look out for. But more importantly, Albuquerque keeping pace in that rough and tumble South Division, as they have a heck of a division down there to fight with. Sure. Chad Morton's been good, and then Lexington has a bye week to lick their wounds before they will head to Carolina for a matchup of two, I would say, probably underachieving teams. And that is going to be kneel down to end the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Underachieving, definitely the word I'd use. Looking at both of those teams, things they've done last season, especially.
Yeah.
Since before that as well.
Well, if you got to put your finger on the player of the game, who's it going to be, you think?
It's hard not to say Jive with how successful he was in the absence of Marion there for a little bit. Then Marion coming back in. He had 207 passing yards, only threw 4 incompletions on 18 attempts with a touchdown, 133 QBR. But, I mean, you know what? I'm going to give it to the offensive line. They were phenomenal. In the run game, at least. They let up a few sacks, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, the offensive line is what opened up the holes for the dynamic duo we saw between Williams and Morton when Slap went down. So good stuff there. Albuquerque gets a lopsided win, 31-3 over the Lexington Miners, and both teams going to try to move forward. Lexington, I think, maybe in a spot where they need to win out to have any shot to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that'll be it for us for DJ Kilgannon. I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Lexington, Kentucky at the Quarry. 31-3 your final score. Albuquerque wins, and that will finish off week 10 for both these teams. We'll see you later. Have a good one and stay safe.